Hello, everyone, and welcome to EDCI 631 Differentiated Instruction and Multicultural Multi-Ability Classrooms. I'm your professor, Dr. Kimberly Green. Please call me Dr. K. We're going to talk about expectations and then how to complete this course orientation. First, just a little bit about me so you have some idea of who's steering the ship. Uh, Kimberly Green, hello, lovely to meet you. I'm originally from Iowa, which means I am a very straight shooter. Please don't ever feel like I'm not speaking openly or fully to you. I say what I feel, what I believe, and it's important that we're all able to do that. I know the first couple of weeks in the threaded discussions, it can feel a little stilted. That's why we have the whole class live meetings in week 2, so we can build community, hear each other's voices, be able to communicate that much more authentically. It doesn't mean not respectfully, but it does mean you have to be genuine. Please don't fall into the trap of never wanting to disagree or not wanting to ask someone, I don't understand. What do you mean by that? I will ask you those questions not because I'm pushing for a specific answer, but because what we're really working toward in this class is understanding. Not just flat static knowledge, but a depth of understanding that is actionable, that you feel a connection to affectively, you value it, you have a sense of ownership and import to it, so you will carry it out into the real world. This is a course that no matter who you're teaching or what your specific role is, it really should open up your paradigm of what it means to serve your learners in whatever capacity you do. I say that authentically. Again, I'm from Iowa. I'm not very good at double speak. I am very genuine. So, yeah, I get a little corny. It's, genetic. This is now my 12th year as full-time faculty for Chapman. Before this, I taught at Pepperdine University for a while, where I actually got my master's and my doctorate. I was a studio teacher. I taught kids on sets from 3 months old till the day they turned 18 years old. I've taught everything from Mommy and Me all the way through K-12, undergrad, grad, doctoral, postdoc. I'm old. I like to enjoy our work. You'll find that I speak with a lot of humor. You'll get a lot of messages from me. There'll be a lot of video links. They're all purposeful, but there'll probably be some humor, some music, because again, I feel like there's no reason we can't enjoy the work, and I hope you find that in this course. I will push you. I will call out, hey, I think you missed the boat there. Why don't we try this again? You're going to get a lot of feedback from me in video, in text, sometimes podcasts. I don't know. I go back and forth, and I tend to get mixed feedback from students on podcasts as well. So maybe we'll see how it goes. I promise you, I will move heaven and earth to support you in your growth and learning throughout this course, but you have to be present. You have to engage. This isn't, hey, tell me what to read, give me the test, and let me get out of here. I am a strong social constructivist. That means I believe you, as the learner, are an integral part of the learning process, not that old traditional oftentimes behaviorist model of pouring in information and then just repetition. This is not about repetition. This is about exploring and examining and reflecting and deconstructing and reconstructing. I love this course. I teach so many different courses for Brahman. This one truly offers you the opportunity to understand not just what you can do now, but what is possible in the realm of education, in the way of serving individuals, because you are an individual and your peers are all individuals, and every student is an individual, every person is an individual. So why in the world would we think that our teaching needs to be one size fits all? That the way we design curriculum needs to be one size fits all? If I see things aren't gelling for us, I will modify the curriculum. If I do, I promise you'll know there won't be any gotchas. Everything that you need to truly expand your understanding, your toolkit, virtual as well as pedagogical, your skill sets, your knowledge, along with your understanding, it's all here. But you have to be present and take it and mold it and own it. And I mean that sincerely. And you know what? Be willing to make mistakes. Okay, this is a safe space. I will, like I said, I will support you in your growth in any way that I can, as long as you are present and genuine. So with that said, expectations. These are very important, so please do really focus in on this. Your expectations from me. You should expect a lot of feedback. You should expect support. You should expect that I will do everything I can to get you feedback in a timely fashion. A Brandman week begins on a Monday and ends Sunday night. I clear my schedule as much as is humanly possible on Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I still have meetings, but so that I can start getting you feedback as soon as possible so you can use it. This isn't going to be a course where you take an exam or you take a test or you write a paper and you don't get feedback for 3 weeks. I really do try to have everything to you by Wednesday at the latest. You need to check your email because, like I said, I will be reaching out, especially if you've missed the boat on something. I will tell you not to go, but so you can have a second chance at giving it another go. Now, there are deadlines, and the deadlines are purposeful because we work in accelerated semesters. If you fall behind, it is very difficult to catch up and be able to be present in the work. That's so crucial because, like I said, this is not a data dump kind of course. You truly have to engage with your own thoughts and feelings because a lot of the things I'm going to ask you to do are going to feel uncomfortable. They're going to be different than what you're used to doing. And it's human nature. What's our first initial gut reaction when someone asks us to do something that's different? We're hesitant, right? What? Why? I need you to have faith. I need you to be willing to take chances and be willing to scrape your knee. Anything except for the actual final signature assignment, anything can be redone if there's been a disconnect, you tried, but you just kind of missed it, you overshot, you undershot. If I give you feedback and say, I strongly encourage you to revise this, it's not for me, it's for you. I am, again, incredibly genuine with that. So, you should expect a lot of support. You should expect a lot of feedback. You should expect the truth. I will be very honest. Now, what do I expect from you? Number one, I expect you will bring your best self to this work. I know you have jobs. I know you have families. I'm in the exact same boat. But think of it this way. I only have 8 weeks in which to change your head, your heart, and your hands. Your affective, your behavioral, and your cognitive domains of understanding, of being, of seeing, of thinking, of feeling, of speaking. Okay? So, yeah, there's a lot to do. But don't race through it. I expect you will be present. You will chunk out your work across the week so you're able to engage in the work in a meaningful fashion. A minimum of 3 different times. The threaded discussions, the asynchronous conversations we have in this class, they are crucial. Again, I mentioned I'm a social constructivist. We use the same rubric for those threaded discussions that you will find in all of the Master's Core courses. The same expectations. The first one being that you will engage on 3 different days throughout the week. That is based on best practices. That is one of those truisms that those of us who are old farts in online learning, as well as, researchers at every fancy schmancy institution in the world that study this stuff, they really support. You can't engage in a conversation. There's no time to actually think, reflect, come back, and respond if you're sitting down and trying to hammer it all out in one go. 3 posts, a minimum, but 3 different days throughout the week. I take that very seriously because of that best practice, that opportunity for reflection, that real engagement. Your first post is due by the end of Wednesday night. Remember, a Brahmin week starts on a Monday, ends on a Sunday. Your first post to the threaded discussion boards is always due before the close of Wednesday. Now, I know sometimes, come on, I'm not going to bust you if it comes in at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday. But the point is to ensure we really can communicate with each other. 3 different days first one by the time you go to bed on Wednesday night. That way you have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to truly get into conversations. Now, there's a lot of other criteria in there, and we'll go through them when we meet live. But please look at those things. They're all in the course information folder in key rubrics and other important documents. So I expect you will read the rubrics and that threaded discussion one right off the bat. You will do your best to use those criterion to truly infuse your learning and your engagement with your whole self, your genuine self. Okay? Please, I mean that. I expect you will be kind and genuine with your peers. Again, it's great to disagree. Nobody learns anything by simply preaching to the choir, but we will always do that in a respectful fashion. We learn more when we allow ourselves to admit, I don't understand. What did you mean by that? I saw that differently. Where did that come from? Help me understand. Than if we just try and keep quoting the book. It's great to quote learned people, but this isn't undergrad where it's all about memorizing what someone else has said. Graduate level really is about taking what is considered intelligent and deep and meaningful and building upon it, or deconstructing it to find more meaning that is applicable. I expect you will ask questions of yourself, of me, of your peers, of everything we do, but not, why do I have to do this? Genuine, critical, depth of knowledge kind of questions. Why is this meaningful? What would happen if, by allowing yourself to be open to seeking questions, you again will come to recognize how much more there is to learn. When we're only focused on answering someone else's questions, we never give our own inquiry that voice. And that's where the magic really happens for us and for learners of all ages. Don't just focus on answering my questions or someone else's. Look for your own. I see far more growth in learners when they're asking great questions than I do when they're simply going, I'm trying to answer your question, I'm trying to answer your question. Build, 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 build. Get into the habit of doing that now. It's the kind of thing you should also be role modeling for your own students. You'll note on the threaded discussion rubric, it asks that, especially in that first post, you end it with a rich, chewy, meaningful question to push the conversation forward. All right? I expect you will communicate with me. If there's a problem, if you're sick, if your kid's sick, if there's something going on, talk to me so we can work together. We are peers. Yes, I'm your professor. Yes, I'm facilitating the course, but we're all adults. And we all have to work collaboratively to ensure that each one of us gets the most out of this learning experience. I expect to learn as much from you as you should expect to learn from me. I say that no matter whether I'm teaching an undergrad, a graduate, a high school course, whatever it is. Nobody learns anything new in a vacuum. That's why you're here. So again, I expect you'll be open to taking the feedback and applying it. I expect you'll be open to trying things that are different and being okay with being uncomfortable. So those are my expectations for you. Here's what I would like you to do to complete this assignment, this course orientation. If you would be so kind, this URL, which basically is just tinyurl.com/EDCI631. That's our course. EDCI 631, tinyurl.com, EDCI 631. If you want to grab a pen, write that down right now. I should make a song out of it. Then you have it stuck in your heads forever, like a jingle. Go to this URL, please, and it's a Google Doc. Download that, complete the Google Doc, and email it to me. All right? My email is on the thing. It's the same email that's in the shell, left, right, and center. Oh, I almost forgot. I hold virtual open office hours every Monday. 3 to 5, 4 to 6. Right now it's late. I'm sorry. It's the day before course opens. It's in the shell. I can't remember. It's either 3 to 5 or 4 to 6. Please feel free to stop in, ask me any questions, or if you just want to connect, it's totally cool. I'm consistent with my Monday afternoons. I have been for a couple years. I have former students pop in all the time just to say, hey, Dr. K, what's going on? How you doing? I say, I'm good. How you doing? Please, Dr. K. I prefer it. Dr. Green was the dentist I had when I was a child, and he was horrible. So, Dr. K. There we are, my friends. So complete this, email it to me, and you will have completed the course orientation. You'll get an email back from me. Oh, almost forgot. I am a wicked, major, proud geek. Multiple computers, iPhone, glued to the hip, iPads, you name it. We got it here in this house. If you email me and don't get a response within 48 hours, it means I didn't get the email. And it happens. It's just life. It happens. I don't know, but it does. If you do not get a response within 48 hours, please resend the email. Don't worry about it. I know some students are hesitant. They're like, I don't want to seem like I'm nudging, or it's okay. It's okay. I'm telling you. If you email me and do not get a response within 48 hours, please just email me again. There's not going to be any weirdness. I promise. So, there, I've said my piece. Enough. So please, I look forward to your responses. Here's to a great class, my friends. Here we go. Onward. Da, 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 da.